Hello, my name is Chelsea Adams. I've been in the United States Army for 10 years, which includes 6 permanent change of duty stations, meaning I have worked at 6 different military installations across the United States.
Hello,
to
my
include
name is Chelsea Adams.
Alaska and
I've been
Hawaii.
in
Throughout the years, I have been uninformed of the emergencies and potential disasters of my new home. Thus came the idea for my capstone project of an emergency management and preparedness guide for my new duty location in Colorado Springs, Colorado. There are 4 different military locations within a 25-mile radius to include the United States Air Force Academy, Schriever Space Force Base, formerly known as the Schriever Air Force Base, Fort Carson Army Installation, and Peterson Space Force Base, also formerly known as Peterson Air Force Base. All 4 locations each have their own protocol and procedures. However, they are not publicly outlined and easily accessible to the newcomer. My project was centered around the lack of information that I have received at various locations. The purpose of this capstone project is to inform the service members of emergencies and incidents that may affect them and their families that move to the Colorado Springs, Colorado area. When moving to a new area in the military, it can be overwhelming, especially if an emergency occurs while going through this transition. This guide provides general information about emergency management and preparedness, as well as points of contact for each installation and the El Paso County Emergency Services. This project will ensure each service member, regardless of military branch, will have updated information for their specific installation. Moving through the guide is a brief description of crisis management, the interagency disaster system, types of disasters seen in the Colorado Springs area over the past decade, a sample crisis action plan, information about the local government's involvements during an emergency, contact information for each installation, most updated COVID-19 procedures, and an emergency checklist for families to get started on when they arrive. Some of the significant weather and emergencies that have impacted the Colorado Springs area are extreme heat, flooding, wildfires, winter storms, hazardous material incidents, and acts of terrorism. When moving to a new part of the country, it is imperative to be ready for any type of emergency or disaster. My intent for this project is to be distributed to newcomers at each installation upon their arrival or available for download on each of the installation's homepages. Allowing families to prepare prior to their arrival can be incredibly beneficial and help ease some of the anxiety of moving to a new location. It is important for each of the installations to understand the other policies and procedures of each location because their service members may live closer to another installation or base. After living here for 4.5 months, I find out new information about potential disasters or emergencies daily, to include the latest air quality index and how wildfires that are hundreds of miles away can impact the air quality in Colorado Springs, which in turn can have an impact on service members, their families, and their outside activities. I may not be able to inform every single person that comes into the Colorado Springs area, but I am hoping to help the incoming service members from being unprepared during an emergency or disaster they could have mitigated. Thank you.